pumpkin spice, and everything nuts. Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden. Well, this is the season of Thanksgiving, and this is the time for pumpkins. Yes! This 2019 growing season, I planted a pumpkin patch and also acorn squash, and I did get a pumpkin. That's right, a pumpkin. One pumpkin actually survived on the vine, and the patch was just beautiful. It was very healthy and lovely. And you could see that there was the possibility of a lot of pumpkins because of the different blooms that were on the vines. It was very beautiful, and I really do like the leaves of the pumpkin and of squash. And you know that pumpkin and squash, butternut squash and acorn squash, they're all related. They're in the same family. And with pumpkin, it grows and it trails, and it did just that. It trailed all the way up through the bed here onto this maple tree that I've been shaping, and it hung there, and it spent the time just growing and becoming so beautiful. So I've been using my lone little pumpkin as part of my Thanksgiving display, and it's so cute. Last year I had many more pumpkins, and I was able to make pumpkin pie. I want to make a pumpkin pie with this pumpkin, and I want to puree this pumpkin myself, and I found this recipe on YouTube, and I really want to try it out. I also have this butternut squash here too, and the person said that we could actually use any of our squashes to create a puree or filling, a pie filling. And seeing that this is Thanksgiving week and tomorrow is Thanksgiving, I want to try this out and see how this pie is going to work out. I'm going to make my own pie crust, and I don't know, I'm going to be original about it, so come with me as I go through the process. We shall see what it turns out to be. But isn't the pumpkin pretty? Yeah, I grew it in my garden, Catherine's Garden. So if you're not subscribed to Catherine's Garden, called Catherine's Garden of LWS. That's Lady Wisdom Speaks, Catherine's Garden of LWS. And you'll see a lot of gardening videos that will show you how I grew this pumpkin. And also about the squash, the butternut squash. Now I had about 80 or so butternut squash throughout the season, and I grew about, let's see, about 7 pumpkins, and I have 3 more left on my mantle, and this is the 4th one, and I'm going to cut this one up, puree it, and puree it, I think it's pronounced puree it, make pumpkin puree, and make a pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. Let's see if we can get this all done. Thank you. Continue to watch and see.
InspiredTaste.net, and welcome to our kitchen.
We've got a quick video for you this time. We're showing you how to make homemade pumpkin puree to be used in pies, pancakes, and more. Start with a small baking pumpkin. The label usually says sugar pumpkin or pie pumpkin. Larger carving pumpkins, like the ones during Halloween, are not ideal for this. Cut the pumpkin in half by piercing a sharp knife down one side, turning and doing the same on the other.
Well, that's what I'm going to do here with this pumpkin.
When both sides are
I'm going
cooked,
to
simply pull them.
open it up and pull out the seeds,
Next, scoop out the seeds.
roast it, and go through this full process here as they have.
Lightly season with salt.
And
Place the halves cut side down onto a
then I'm going to put it on the baking sheet and
bake until the pumpkin is really soft.
then put it in the oven, make it soft and ready. This is the part that I found very interesting.
And the kitchen smells great.
Oh, and if you're wondering, you can absolutely do this with other winter squashes.
Yeah, so now I have all those butternut squash, so I can do this with the butternut squash too.
Throw it into the bowl of a food processor.
I don't have a food processor, but I have a NutriBullet,
Turn it
and I'm
on
going to
and
use
blend
that
until the pumpkin
and blend and make it smooth and use it to make my pumpkin
And that's
pie.
it. Easy homemade pumpkin puree ready for your
Now, isn't that nice and easy?
Be sure to check out our pumpkin pie recipe video.
Yeah.
Happy baking. Thanks for watching. If you love this video, we have lots more. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and say hi on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
Because I've never done this before, I had to definitely go on YouTube and find a video on how to puree the pumpkin. And so I really like their inspired style recipe. Ooh, this came out pretty easy. Their way of doing it. So I'm going to just cut this pumpkin in half. Wow, that's what it looks like inside. You can see all those seeds too. So I'm going to scrape out the seeds, and I might just roast these seeds, and we'll have pumpkin seeds as well. So let me get a spoon. I think my hand might be easier. Trying to do it so fancy. It's a lot of seeds. Could you think about it? Each of these seeds comprise a pumpkin plant. I think I'm going to save some of these seeds too to plant in the garden next year. That's one down. Here's the other side. Oh, thank God for my instant tools. Thank God for my ready-made tools, my hands and fingers. Look at those seeds. Hopefully this will be enough pie filling. Hopefully this would be enough pie filling to fill the pie. Maybe I should have chosen a bigger one, but we'll work with what we have. Alright, so I scooped it out. Look at all of these seeds. Wow. I could possibly have pumpkins growing all throughout my yard next year. Pumpkin vines, that is. Wow, next year I could probably have a whole lot of pumpkin plants and pumpkin vines growing throughout my yard next spring. Planting these seeds. Okay, let me not get distracted by the seeds. Okay, so I have them halved, and I'm going to just put some salt on it. Just try and get it to fit. There we go. And then now I'm going to just put it in the oven. I think I'm going to put it to bake at 350 and just leave it there. So I've just finished roasting my pumpkin seeds and also my pumpkin puree, the pumpkin. But here are the seeds. And let me try it out. So let me try it out. The pumpkin seeds. Very crunchy. So I turned it over so that you could see what it looks like in the inside after it's been baked. So it's nice and soft and tender. And what I'm doing is actually just scooping out the inside here. Scooping it out and pouring it in to this bowl. Just kind of, it's so easy to manipulate here. So I've scooped it out, and that's what it looks like. And here it is in the bowl. I'm going to put the rest of it in the bowl, and we'll work from there. There was even some like sugar, I think, from it. Do you see that? It's very sweet, very good. I used my NutriBullet RX to puree the pumpkin and to create the pumpkin filling. And it wasn't that difficult. I just put it in there and let it blend, and I had a nice smooth product of pumpkin so that I can make the filling. Well, I ran out of pie crust, and so I decided I'm going to try out my own pie crust. So I had some almonds left back, and I had butter, flour, and I just kind of mixed it together and created this like crumble with some sugar as well, and put it at the bottom of the pie pan, and it's going to become my own creation. So I just put it together. I'm lining the bottom. I'm going to add the pumpkin puree. Within the puree, I'm going to put sweet condensed milk, some cinnamon, salt, and a little bit of this ground cloves, just to give that pumpkin-y flavor. So we'll see what it tastes like. It's something new, something different, and if I'm the only one eating it, fine, but I believe it's going to taste good with some ice cream on top. So let me get busy. So I put the pumpkin puree in the bowl, and now I'm going to add this can, 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk inside. In it goes. Wow, that's pretty. So I've added in the milk, and I'm mixing it up with the pumpkin. Now I'm going to add in some cinnamon and also some of these other ingredients. I think a tablespoon would be good. So it could be real cinnamony. But I'm only going to add just a little bit of clove, just one little dash. Yeah, that's enough. Then some salt. I think that's enough salt too. So that's what it looks like. It smells delicious. If anything, it smells good. So I'm just going to mix this up and blend it in real nice, and then put it in the pie plate. The oven is already on. So this is what we have here. The mixture, the pumpkin filling mixture. This is what we have here, the pumpkin filling, and it's inside of my original pie crust. And I'm going to pop it in the oven at 375. Let it bake for about an hour or so, and we will see what comes out. I believe it's going to taste good. It's going to be different, and it has to taste good because it already tastes, the filling tastes delicious with the condensed milk, the puree, and all of the different seasonings. I put in the cinnamon, but I also added some ginger in it too, just to give it a little kick. And I think it's going to taste good, especially with some vanilla ice cream on top. Everything tastes good with vanilla ice cream on top. This is going to taste good too. Well, let's put it in and we'll wait and see for the results of this original pumpkin pie. Well, I've completed the pie. It is done. Yes, here is my pumpkin pie for this Thanksgiving Day celebration. From garden to table. My little pumpkin is now a pumpkin pie that we are going to enjoy. And yes, I have my original crust here. And that little hole is that I was testing it out to make sure that it was complete in the middle. But it looks good, and I believe it's going to taste delicious with a little ice cream on the side. It's going to be a wonderful dessert treat for Thanksgiving. Well, happy Thanksgiving! Here is the pie, and I'm going to eat it now. It tastes really good. I am so pleased with this process here. Wow.
Lies she tells. Just kidding.
It tastes good. I don't know what she's talking about. I think she has a biased preference for apple pie.
It's okay.
So, Karen,
It's okay.
it's only okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
I've already tasted before, but now I'm going to taste it in front of you. It is very, very good. It has a strong almond taste because of the almonds in the crust. And then you could taste the other seasonings. It may need a little bit more nutmeg because I didn't have nutmeg to put in it. Pumpkin seasonings come forth like the cinnamon and the almond. So it tastes really, really good. I'm enjoying it. And it's definitely delicious with the ice cream. For my first pumpkin pie, straight from my garden, this is spectacular. I'm enjoying it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, and like this video. Remember that you are wonderful and you're God's special garden. So go on out there and shine. And see you next time in Catherine's garden. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.